Comedy Defect podcast and donate as little as £1 or as much as you feel this podcast is worth. And those of you who do donate, thank you, because you're paying for the ones that can't. And those of you that can't donate, just go to iTunes on your phone and leave us a nice, honest review or Podbean or wherever you get your podcasts, because it really helps. It tells people where we are and what we're doing. Now, this is a really fun episode. It's an hour and a bit. It was with a very funny Luke Stephen for episode 63. Enjoy it, guys. Luke Stephen, welcome to the Comedy Defect, man. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, man. Thanks so much for having me. It's so lovely to be here.
Thanks for coming, mate. Thanks for coming. Well, you're looking pretty svelte at the moment.
Oh, stop it. You're making me blush. You're making me blush, Winter.
No, but mate, you're looking lean as hell, man. What's the body fat percentage you've had it taken?
I've not. Yeah, people are wondering if you just pay me lovely compliments. I've just run the London Marathon.
Have a finger.
I'll have a chocolate finger, I will. Yeah. No, I've just run the London Marathon. I ran it on Sunday, obviously, and I've lost a shit ton of weight. But no, I don't weigh myself.
Right.
So, but I wish I had done, because I always just kind of thought, if I'm... Do you know what I mean? I know if I'm fat, if my clothes don't fit me anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that was always kind of my measuring stick for losing weight. But I wish I had now. I never knew I was going to do this. I wish I had now. I know how much I've lost, but no idea.
That's the problem, isn't it? It's like you never do the before and after, because you always want to get that really... You want to get massive first and then go after.
Exactly.
Look at me now, I'm fucking amazing, right?
Well, that was kind of the thing. A bunch of friends and I, we went to Latvia May last year.
Right.
It's part of a stag do. There's some photos of us all on the beach, and we all had to go at each other afterwards. We were like, none of you told us. We was like, you never told me I was fat. And everyone was like, well, you never told me I was fat. And I thought, well, I can't be a fat bald guy. I need to tackle this and get this on. So I really got into the running, and it went from there, man.
Got addicted to it fully, right?
Massively addicted to it. Yeah, it's fun to do. It's strangely addictive, but you can see yourself. It's like stand-up, you know what I mean? When you first start doing it and you get those first few gigs that go so well, you want to do it more and more. Running's relatively easy. All anything is just doing it. So if you can notice yourself getting better at running if you just decide to run all the time. And it's just like, it's really not a hard thing to do. So when you see yourself getting better and fitter, it's you're pushing yourself more. Yeah. You know, it's really rewarding. As is stand-up, do you know what I mean? You know, when you just sort of crush a gig and it's like, oh, man, I'm getting good at this.
Totally get obsessed. Oh man, remember when I was doing running like do you run it every day, each day?
I do 3 days a week.
Right. So that's pretty good, man. That's not bad for doing the time you did. Just 3 days. Yeah.
Oh. I would do like an 11k on the Tuesday, 11k on the Thursday, and then I would do a big one on the Sunday.
Right.
Yeah, that was all I did. It kind of kept me injury free. I know people tend to do more, 4 or 5, but I just did 3 days a week.
Wow.
Maybe I should have done more. I could have got a quicker time. I did it in 4 hours 8.
Yeah, but that was we just talked about this before. It said like the heat was just going to.
The heat did add a minute a mile, so I could have done it at least 30 minutes quicker.
Yeah, but it's I say it's not your fault. Like
you sound like Robin Williams in Good Will Hunting. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Every time anyone says that to me, I just hear that. It's not your fault. Don't fucking do that to me, man.
Planning to do like one a year now.
I'm going to do one a year. There's a half marathon just where I live in Hadley in 3 weeks, so I signed up for that today. So I'm going to do a 10k tomorrow morning, and then I'll do another 10 on Friday, and I'll run a half on Sunday. And
like you said, but before we got over here, we started recording, you had you tapped up everyone at work for your charity donations, right? Is that why you're leaving your job now?
No. Well, I didn't take this guy up because I only sort of temp. I've only been there for like 3 months. What's been amazing about it is how generous and giving everyone's been. It's because I've been really dull and boring. Like, I've been constantly posting on social media with my runs and this sort of stuff, and people have just given it, which has been great. And I'm about 600 short, I think, from the £2,000 I want. So I'm going to do a little comedy night, and I should be able to raise 600 quid from that. Right. And then I'll be at £2,000 to Hospice UK. Amazing.
Oh, sweet, man. Nice one.
Yeah.
And is there a special reason it was Hospice UK?
I had a friend that died last year, and he spent his first final few weeks in hospice, and it was just the care that he got made me think, well, that would be a good cause to do it for. John.
That's great. It's good. Something means something, which is nice. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Have you managed to write any stand up about the marathon?
Or? Do you know what I mean? I got shushed. People talk about the camaraderie of the London Marathon.
Right, yeah.
And I got shushed at the start line, which kind of makes you wonder how annoying of a person I actually am, right? Because I mean, we're in the second pen. I don't know why I was so far up. I have no idea what I said my finishing time was going to be. But we're in this pen, and I was chatting to this one guy called Sam and some other guy, And I like being silly. I like making people laugh. Do you know what I mean? It's what we do. So you're in Greenwich Park, and there's this big TV screen ahead of you, and it's got the BBC coverage, and it shows, okay, here's the Queen. She's about to start the race, and they said, but first of all, we got the national anthem. So trying to make this guy Sam laugh, I went, oh Jesus Christ, this fucking bitch. And there was this woman in front of me, just turned around and just went, shh. I was like, I'm 34, you can't shush me. I was like, what the hell, yeah. So that made me giggle uncontrollably. And I was like, this lady's shushing me. And that made her even more annoyed. But, yeah, shush me. Also, when we left Greenwich Park, we do a left turn, and, like, the first kilometre was great because there's not many people there. I don't know why more people go there. It's a great place to see the runners. You've got people who just come out of their houses, and there's loads of little kids there on the road with their hands out, so you sort of tap their hands as you go past. But after about the first kilometre, there was a guy there, absolutely true, reading Bible verses from a microphone at all of us. What are you doing? We're not taking it in. This is the worst. This is the worst chance to give us any kind of information. Yeah. We're not focused on that.
Yeah.
Unless it's a blessing for him. I don't know, maybe he thought he was doing that.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty hot, like, wasn't it, the day? But it wasn't that hot, like, was it? It wasn't like the death race, was it?
No. Well, someone did die, didn't they?
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
He was 29.
But I bet he was like, see, they needed me there.
Yeah, where were you then? He wasn't listening to the blessing.
That's it.
That's why
it.
he died.
Oh, fuck.
But I don't know if I could do stand-up on the London Marathon. I think people people hate people who are sort of smug about their fitness and that kind of thing. Like
their weight and stuff. Because like any time you try to go, oh, guys, unless you're like a female, go, guys, I've lost weight. And they go, oh my god, what? Unless it's a room full of women, it's fine. But if a guy says it, who gives a fuck, mate? Just tell us a fucking joke. And even, to be fair, even sometimes when a female says it as well, it can be a little bit kind of, they go, so, where's the punchline here?
Well, a lot of the time when someone goes on stage and say, I've lost weight, I kind of think, have you? It's like, how big were you before?
You need a picture, don't you?
Do you know what I mean?
You do need a picture.
It's just like, well, you're not, do you know what I mean? You're not small now. There's that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the element for sure. It's like, but you need to really like be stick thin to say, look, lost a lot of weight recently, and there has to be a hilarious fucking story with it. Like, you have to have at least shit yourself once or shit the bed with you're on the second date or something like that. Something horrendous has to happen rather to make it worthwhile to say on stage. Isn't it?
Absolutely, because no one. It's an odd thing as a comic, but like no one. Well, I think everyone has to remember, no one actually cares about you that much. Only you do, and I think. You're losing weight to try and impress people is like the worst thing. Like what I used to love. Do you used to watch Ricky Lake like back in the early 90s? And they'd have a lot of these shows. They'd have an episode where you used to bully me in high school, but now I'm hot. Mm-hmm. So you get some fucking chick come out, and she's looking all hot these days. And you'd get the jock who used to pick on her, and she'd be like, I'm all hot now, what do you think? And you're like, oh, I don't care, I've forgotten all about you. Yeah. And it's like, well, why? How did you think this was going to go down?
Exactly.
No one cares what you're doing. Yeah.
It's not a superpower, is it?
No.
That's it. It's like, oh, thin man, you're a thin woman. Oh, it's like, you're just a thinner loser that you were before, isn't it?
Yes.
One is. Sorry, I'm not saying, but it's like it's that thing, isn't it? It's so. I'm interested. You said you also said as well. You don't weigh yourself.
No.
I've got two fucking weight. Measurements, one of those things you go into the gym, they hold on to the thing, they measure body fat. They're probably fucking useless. They don't measure the body fat percentage correctly, and I'll stick to that.
Because I always thought, I'm never going to do anything with the information if I don't. I don't know what my ideal weight should be. Although, having said that, I would like to know what I weigh now or what I used to weigh, but it wouldn't have done anything for me.
No,
it probably would just make me cry.
This is you're right. You avoided the sadness. You're like, you're like, I like that. You just avoided pain. You're like, no, I'm gonna run I don't want to know. I don't want to know. It's gonna make me sad. I mean,
because that's it. I thought it's just gonna be big. I'm not gonna like it. There's no way I'm gonna get on the scales and they go, oh, I thought I weighed more. That's not gonna happen. It's gonna be. Oh, I didn't know I weighed that much. That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, what that number is just gonna make you. It's never. It's like everything. It's like it goes with age. So the older you get, the more it goes up. But that's the thing. It's like I'm the heaviest I've ever been, man. I'm like anyway.
You're tiny.
Yeah. No, I know, but it's like it keeps going up, man. Now that's why I said before I've given up bread. I'm trying to give up milk as well, but I don't think I can do that.
I've started using milk again because I've given up bread and I now use milk for my porridge.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm not having porridge with water.
You can't do that. That's just like that's like being in an orphanage, isn't it? Really. You just,
that's ridiculous. Yeah, it's exactly like that.
I know. I have parents. You know, I mean, I have had milk in my porridge.
Yeah.
Oh, one time, my mother never let me have sugar when I was a kid, right? At all. Not at all. No sugar. She even looked.
Is that why you bring out muffins and chocolate fingers?
No, mate, that's it. Because now I'm like my gateway drug. You know, it's like I had my mum had one day. She said, "Oh, you want some sugar, do you?" And we had used to make beer and stuff at home. You know, you have this is it saccharin sweetener thing they put into beer to make it fizzy and get the yeast to get all the kind of the reaction kind of going and stuff. You know, and. So my mom said, "Oh yeah, fine, okay. You want something sweet, do you?" And so she put a load of shit on my porridge. She never eats it though. She just goes, "You try it." It was the fucking worst, man. I was like, "Oh, I had to finish it." I was like, "I'm gonna have to finish this fucking shit, man." It's for beer. It doesn't work that way. It's like Sprouts. It was like that's trying to pay me out. Like, saying that's what sugar is bad for you. It tastes bad. No, sugar tastes good. Whenever it goes to children's parties, I'll be like, "Fuck, I'm like, just see me. I was like the old man in the corner, pouring fucking orange and Coke into one glass. Going, "Oh, do you want a cocktail? Anyone? Cocktail?" And so, I was mental. And my mother was like the fucking SS, fucking on the goodie bag when you're coming out of the place,
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, you can't have that. Can't have that." Then for the colouring book, that was all I ever fucking, like tiny little fucking.
Really?
Yeah, it was fucked, man. Honestly,
I remember so little from my childhood, like barely any of it. And, like it drives my dad mad. He'll try and talk the things we used to do when I was a kid, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't remember any of it." This sounds like I'm almost disabled, but I don't remember. I don't really remember anything before 9 or 10. I really just like I'm like almost like Peter Pan. Like there's nothing before 13.
Whoa.
I don't know. There's a few little memories. I know I must have existed, but as far as like anything in any detail, nothing.
Like,
it's odd, isn't it?
Were your parents strict?
No, my parents split up when I was quite young, so I was brought up by my dad when I was like 9. So I don't really remember my parents being together. But there was three of us. It was my dad, my brother and I. And we just kind of dicked about. So it was just a laugh, really. But yes, my dad wasn't particularly strict. Like, I never got smacked or anything like that as a kid.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. It's like, weren't hit that hard that
it just blocked it all
out of you. Like, there goes the memories. It
was always like the threat of getting hit was scarier than the actual.
Yeah, fear, just constant fear. Yeah. The threat is always worse than the actual action, isn't it? Really, that's what I find.
100%.
Yeah. Was it and humiliation is if you get hit outside in front of other people, it's even worse. It's like, oh fucking, I won't do that again.
Yeah.
But
Or if he just says like, I'm not angry at you, like, I'm just disappointed. It's just like, oh fuck, man.
Yeah, exactly. Just hit me.
It's like, I didn't bring you up that way, and it's like, dude, what are you doing to me? Although he did. My dad was having a dig at me the other day, and he was saying I'm weird. I don't like sharing food, and he was saying he goes because he was around the other day, and I was carb loading, and I was having some chicken and pasta. And he was like, "Let me have some of that." I was like, "No, it's my dinner." And he was like, "You're so odd how you don't share your food." And I thought, "Oh fuck this!" So I said, "Well, I was brought up by you. I'm a product of my environment. So if you don't like what you see, you have to blame yourself."
Like mirror.
Well, there's nothing to do with me.
Yeah, that's it.
Which you didn't like. You went, "No, that's just you get that from your mum. It's not that for me."
I've noticed that as well. It's like because I got kids. It's like it's like with it's like with any animals or anything like that. They mirror you how you because sometimes I'll be like because I've only
how many kids do you have?
2.
What their ages?
One is 12 and the other one is 18. So
how old are you?
I'm very old.
You've got 18.
But for acting age, I'm 25. Okay,
you could get that. Joey, who's a 19-year-old.
From writing my show last year, 45-minute show called Side Effect. I'm not doing it anymore, but just I'd let you know it's a narrative show. Don't like narratives. Doing more jokes this year. So
I hate the narrative.
Yeah, me too, man. Totally.
Totally. Just do some good club sets. Jam them together for an hour. I mean, you have to come up with for my new Edinburgh show, it's a thin theme.
Yeah, nice.
But
what time is it?
8 p.m.
Oh, great. And where?
Dr. Livingston's.
Dr. Livingston's, right, okay,
on,
great.
St Mary Street.
Brilliant. I'll come see it. I can't wait.
Good, man, good. It's called Look at Me When I'm Talking to You.
Right, great.
And the idea,
Look at me!
Yeah. The basic premise is how the world would work better if everyone just did what I wanted them to do.
Right.
Which is obviously like an absurd notion.
Yeah, right.
But then it just kind of reveals, as the show goes on, it reveals that it's me with the actual problem and then I correct the problems in the world around me. But I just kind of think everyone has those moments where they just think, oh, why don't you just Why don't you just do what I want you to do?
Totally.
And I just kind of thought,
read my mind.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Read my fucking. Oh, it's obvious. It's obvious to you. They don't have a fucking clue because to them everything else is obvious, right? That's
absolutely. Yeah.
I totally get that all the time. That for the nurse show I did last year, it was the same sort of thing. It was like you kind of go. The whole arc is like I'm a dick. This whole arc is to show you that I know that I'm a dick, and this is how that I realise I'm a dick, but I'll still keep being a dick. Because we're all dicks.
Which I think is pretty much every male comics arc.
Totally.
Because we're fucking idiots. We've got no plan. We don't know what we're doing. We're just trying to fuck things and then be alright and then eat.
Incremental...
Look at the mess I'm making. Sorry.
No, carry on, man. Incremental epiphanies that we'll forget about by the next show. And then we go, of course! And the cycle repeats itself, right? That's it. Yeah.
I was wanting to do another show called It's Hard to Be a Man. I like that idea as well because we're just doing everything to anybody else, so we just make fucking mistakes all day long.
That's it, just bumble along, really, isn't it?
Yeah, which I think all anybody's doing. No one has a real set plan or an idea of how this world's supposed to work, what we're supposed to be doing. It's just like, well, if I can just get through today, tomorrow might be all right. Do you know what I mean? I'm
starting to find that because I know my Mr. Six, I'm a fucking idiot. I mean, this is a common theme, right? The veneer is gone. There's no kind of.
She can't think you're a fucking idiot.
No. I can see it, and it makes me angry because I know that she thinks I'm just completely inept, and I'm like, and I know it shouldn't let it make me angry because the more angry it makes me, the more inept I totally become. Because you know that if you live in that sort of like discontent, you just can't function in the world because everything is just like, oh fuck, you just seem like a completely unreasonable bastard. But I only have that internally, but she can see it on the inside. Oh god, it feels like forever, man. It's just like it really does. It's like
my longest relationship's 6.
Oh, fair play to you, man.
That was a long time ago, though.
Wow. Okay, what? How?
What do you mean fair play?
But I know. Sorry, I'm just saying. That's a long. I mean, not long time to not be married. Do you know? I'm not saying that you failed or anything. I'm just saying that I mean, I hung on.
We was young.
The 6th year. I was like, fucking that's young. Okay, young.
We were 20. 21 when we got together, and we split up when I was 27.
Oh shit, man, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. She was a real cunt how that ended as well.
Oh no. Right.
Really badly. Yeah.
She's alive, right?
Yeah, she's alive. She's alive, but she's not. It's a real fucking arsehole.
Where's she gone? What did you do? What happened? If you want to
ask She had a fucking shitload of debt.
Oh no!
When we got together, so she was a year younger than me. She was 20. I was 21, and she owed like fucking 20 grand when I first met her. And I just thought, and she wasn't a coke addict. She didn't have a tits done, so I don't know what she spent the fucking money on. She didn't have anything aside. And then as we moved in. We were together for a year, then we moved in with each other. So we lived together for like 5 years. We lived in like 3 other places. And then right toward the end, she was just because of the recession hit. She lost her job, and then she had to get another job, which wasn't getting paid as much. She was like, I'm really struggling to pay off this debt. I can't get rid of it. And I didn't realise how much she was paying. She was paying out £700 a month. Right? She had 6 credit cards and a loan, and she could only afford to make minimum payments on all of it. And that was costing her £700 a month. And they said to her, if you keep paying it off in this way, this is going to take you 25 years to clear. So she was just like crying every night, going, I can't get rid of this debt. So she wanted to consolidate it all. And then was like going, we are not touching it. There's no way. Yeah. So obviously, I live with this woman. We were together. I thought we were going to spend the rest of our lives together, which is insane now because I was because it was so. Because I'm 34 now, so it was so long ago. But I thought, and she was crying every night in bed, just going, "But you could sort it out. You could sort it out. No one's going in, but you could sort it out." Mm-hmm. And I didn't have my credit was fine, so I was like, "Okay, we'll go to my bank. And we'll see if we can get a loan out of my name." So we go to the bank. After an 18.5 grand loan, and they went, yeah, we can do that at £400 a month. It'll take 5 years for it to clear. Oh. So a massive fucking saver to us. So I said, look, you know what's going to happen in the future? I said, what happens if you put both our names on this thing? They said it'll be $430 a month, but it would take 5 years to clear. And I said, okay, we'll do that. Yeah. Sign the papers, and then like 2 months later, she was like, she goes, I don't think this is working. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what do you mean? She goes, I'm not sure if I want to be with you anymore. And I was like, well, how long have you felt like this? And she goes, about 2 months. I was like, that's when I signed those papers. Like, she knew she was going to go and thought, I'm going to get to take this debt on.
Wow.
And that's what she did.
That's a kick in the fucking...
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was like, holy fuck.
Whoa.
Really harsh.
What a fucking mercenary bitch, man.
It's unreal, man. And you look back now, because I have a real issue with women crying. If I see them cry, I'm thinking you're trying to manipulate the situation. I still can't get out of my head.
Yeah.
And just the fact, just someone I knew, just someone I was in love with.
Yeah.
Like, and it wasn't like it was an infatuation. They were together for like 2 months. It was 6 years, 5 years of living together, and then that. And I was just like, oh fuck, wow.
Holy fuck! Did you write a show about that? That's a serious one.
No,
man.
I've mentioned it in bits of. No, do you know, I've never mentioned her in a show. I've never spoken about her. I've spoken about girlfriends since and how those relationships have sort of gone, but I've never brought her up.
Yeah, as soon as you see any resemblance to that last relationship, you could be like, right, you're going to the bin.
Yeah, I'm not great with women. I'm really not. I have real trust issues.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man. I mean, you got a reason for that, right?
But then again, it's like it was, however long ago it was. Perhaps I should be over it now.
I think 18 grand at 5 years is a real fucking, it's a lesson and a fucking half, isn't it?
Yeah,
you really get bitten and you go, right, well, you know what? I mean, mine was totally paranoid. I had fucking enough relationships, man. My last relationships for my missus was like 2 years. And then, like, I was just like, no, they're all, I had so many crazy relationships. And I was like, I literally cannot take it anymore. I don't trust anyone. And it's like, just like so paranoid. You're like, no, you're trying to control me, or something. And emotionally exhausted from it all. Just like,
it does get tiring.
That's it. And that's it. So I was like, all right, when this one, she's like, fine. She got me a dog.
What are you talking about?
So clever.
She got you a dog?
Yeah.
What, this one?
Yeah. She got me a dog.
What does that mean?
A dog is like for life. It was like the Trojan horse. That was it.
People break up if they have pets together.
Yeah, but you think, I mean, I love the dog. I couldn't. If she took the dog away from me, I'd be broken, man.
Really?
Yeah, kid's fine, but dog. Sad. It's very sad. Dogs are amazing.
Yeah.
They love you unconditionally. Kids, not so much. They want the fucking PS4 or whatever the fuck they want.
I've not got any kids, but I always imagined having kids would be great.
Yeah, they're good for material. They're good
just
for
these little things that really dependent on you. And I thought the love from kids was unconditional. Yeah, they think you're really cool.
Comedy comes from pain, and there's a lot of pain involved with kids. Mental fucking just torment. That's all it is. It's just great. It's wonderful.
Because that's the thing as well. Because I don't realise there's that aspect of it as well. Because my brother's got 3 kids, and my brother's like 29, so he's like quite a bit younger than me. And but he loves his kids. But then I look back at it and I think, oh fucking hell, they're going to be there forever. There's always going to be like I guess you never stop caring about them. Like even though you said your son's 18, it's still like, oh fucking hell, his first love and what stuff. And there's that kind of heartbreak that will go through, and then that's obviously going to affect you and think, oh fucking hell, because you don't want to see your sons go through that.
Yeah,
it must be just a constant
worry.
Yeah.
Like I fucking get a job and all this. Yeah, well, I mean that's yeah.
Because I've had this debate a few times with people, and I said I think life is meaningless. I think if you don't have any children, because otherwise I think what are you doing? What's your purpose?
Yeah.
Because I don't think my life has any kind of meaning whatsoever. Like it doesn't matter if I'm here or not. No one's dependent on me. Do you know what I mean? I'm not like necessary.
You need to be connected to something, sort of thing, to feel that you're in a reality of some kind.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like we end up driving to a gig with that kind of our own voice in our head, or going to a gig in a bus or something. You're like, this is you're in your head all the time. And that's what I had. That's the danger I had before I met my missus, which like the same sort of thing. Like, and you go, oh, this is right, isn't it? And then who's answering? I am.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
There's that thing that people often say, people I know who haven't got kids, like myself, will often say, yeah, but my life, I'm really free, I'm always happy. People who haven't got kids, who have got kids, don't seem to be happy. And I don't think that's quite right. I think if you have children, your expectation is elevated so much higher because it needs to be, because you've got children. Do you know what I mean? Like, so you're worried if you're not doing right by them far more than where if you're just on your own, you're okay. It's like everything goes. But as a parent, it's like, oh fucking hell, you think. Am I making sense?
No, I know exactly what you're saying, because I feel that having kids, you kind of. I mean, not everyone, like your ambition and your drive goes a lot more, because you're not just doing it for you anymore.
Yeah,
you're doing it for them, but you're also not doing it just for them. You're doing it to show that others. But to be fair, like anything, you're doing it to show them that you can go for it and you can fucking do it. And there is nothing that like say when you see someone on stage, right, and they're fucking smashing the fucking doors off it, and you're like, oh my god, that was amazing, and you go, wow, and you just after you've seen it, you go, I'm gonna go back, and you're just fucking jacked with fucking adrenaline. Going,
Yeah,
my
absolutely.
God, and you're writing, and it's like limitless. Fucking shit just starts coming out of nowhere. You start putting it together, and go, whoa, that's another joke done, and you're like, you're just like spinning it like that. It's fucking amazing. That same sort of thing, but. I don't know if the kids do the same thing, but when they see me, or they go, "Oh, look at that dickhead writing another fucking dad joke over there." You know what I mean? Like, but you hope that's the kinetic momentum that they see that you do. You hope it's imprinted on them a little bit, because they have got that more energy than you, like because they're young and have that power. But you're right.
I think the pressure's higher as a parent, but I don't think that means that you're less happy. I think.
No.
Do you know what I mean? I think that's. I don't think that's quite right when people say that.
No, I think that because I think you can be everything. You just adjust and you adapt. It's like 3 months, isn't it, to adapt to any situation? That's the fucking.
Is that the golden rule?
That's the 3 months. Yeah, 3 months.
Okay.
So if you're in a fucking shit relationship, 3 months after that, you're like, it's not so bad. That's a danger.
Interesting.
That's the danger.
Oh, okay.
I know that fact from Freakonomics, and so it's like 3 months you can adapt to anything, which is a good and terrible for the human brain.
Yeah.
For your life. So be careful.
Oh wow, how interesting!
Just facts. Fact from one corner.
No, that's great. So even for positive and negative, they could have it.
Yeah, absolutely. That is it. So you don't remember your childhood, right? So So drawing for comedy, you just like fuck it straight now. You're like I'm
all about things that happen right time because
cool.
I don't really like to write a lot either. I'm quite lazy. Well, not lazy with it. I don't feel as though it works for me. Like I'll have a slight little thing will happen to me, or sometimes I'll have a punchline and I'll try and work from a joke backwards. Because I'll have an idea, it could be anything slight that's happened, and I'll think, that would be, and I think, that would be funny if that was slightly exaggerated. So I'd make a note on that, and then I'll work it out at an open mic, and then I'll sort of form it that way. But as opposed to sort of writing down sentences and things like that, I don't enjoy doing that.
I find it just tedious.
Yeah.
And it takes the fun out of it and the joy, because you're supposed to, you know yourself, you've done this, what, 10 years now, haven't you? More 11 years.
Yeah.
So it's like, you just want to be excited about the fucking thing you're going to tell them. Or it's like, oh, guys, this is my new toy. And like, let's see what this does. And then like, I didn't know that was there. Fucking hell. And that's the thing. If you like have really... ground all the fun out of it, and I left with dust, and you're like, this is the thing that I've been hammering out at home, and there's no joy left in it, and I'm a robot, and that's the thing. You like, you want to throw some shapes out there and just see what fucking comes around,
Yeah, absolutely.
But so you've been doing it about 11 years now, because you did it like 10 years when I first met you at that gig
last year, didn't we?
That's right.
Gigging in Hull.
Yeah, that's right. It was a fucking long journey, right?
It's a long journey. It was a nice gig.
Yeah, it was.
It was a gig.
It was. And so you've done how many shows now?
This has been my fourth. This has been my fourth one.
Yeah.
The last one was sort of cobbled together because I got the room really late, so it was kind of half new, half old, and I'm trying to make this one like as new as possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of my ideas are really recent. I don't really sort of visit my past history because I always kind of feel someone's talking about their childhood. I think, get over it. Because I think that in life, because everyone thinks they had it bad, like everyone does, and it's like you didn't. It's all right. You had shit that happened to you. And people constantly trying to moan that they didn't live in this perfect utopia of their life. And it's like, well, no one goes through that.
That's it. I didn't have a Mr. Frosty when I wanted a Mr. Frosty.
Yeah.
And like, and that's it. It's, and then finally now I have a Mr. Frosty. Yeah, okay, but like it's that kind of you're paid for a room, a ridiculous price of accommodation. How fucking bad can your life be? And you're picking that scab that you've already gotten over. Well, more than likely you have. I mean, maybe I said the thing we said earlier. Being men, we incrementally have enlightenment and then just go resort back to the original state.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about that's the thing about breakups. Like, because I don't deal with breakups very well, but then after a year later, I can then revisit them and draw material out of them.
Yeah.
So it's like if an ex saw me doing material, and like, fucking hell, that was like years ago. Why are you still talking about it? It's all I'm talking about it now because the pain's gone for me to allow to make light of it. Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
So it's not. Yeah, so I kind of do that. I revisit those things, but I think when people talk about their childhood and they're doing that on stage, I'm thinking, you're a grown man. I'm not interested if something happened to you when you were 10 and you're not over it. I think that's ridiculous. But then again, obviously they're doing it for comedic purposes, so I perhaps shouldn't take it so seriously.
That was my show last year. That was my...
No, it wasn't.
No, really. I mean, well, not the fact that I was 10. No, I mean, it wasn't like I was 10. I was just kind of going... I'm just make excuses for this now. You have to listen.
Okay.
So there was no sort of like moment in there. I was kind of going, well, I just wanted to see what had become. I was like the gradual stage of that's why now, because I wanted to figure it out. I wasn't like kind of like there was punchlines in it. There wasn't like,
I'm sure there were, yeah, obviously.
And I went to see a few shows last year, like quite a few, and the last show I saw, the Fringe show, it was this lady. She was very good, but you could see the light in her eyes was just she was just dead inside. And she even said at the end of the thing, so, you know what? Let's just finish the show, and so we can all forget about this month. I mean, like, why would you write something like that? It's just
That's insane.
You know, like, you put so much time, effort, and something you're just going to bin or shelve, or, you know, I mean, you can use it, but like, maybe I must speak for me. I find that I don't have anything politically motivated enough or like that's interesting enough to talk about.
No,
that people go, yeah, oh wow, that's a really interesting point made by that guy that looks like a lot of other people.
You know what I mean?
You know?
And also, I think if you're going to do something politically comedy-wise, it has to be fucking remarkable. Otherwise, you're just making half-baked points. This is the thing about social media as well, with these people on the left and the people on the right. They are the exact same person, and they can't even see it. No. Just every kind of thing, like, these are all the policies we believe. So we're about feminism, we're about pro-choice, we're about the welfare state, we're about just every kind of little thing. We're about Corbyn. So we hate everything that these people on the right-hand say. And it's like, you know, you guys have more in common than you think. Do you know what I mean? And it drives me mental. So it's also the same with Conservatives, with just anything that Corbyn says, they go, oh, that's ridiculous. It's like, not everything he says can be ridiculous. Like, that's not possible. It drives you mad, and how we get into these little arguments with each other. Do you know what? Because I avoid getting
no, go for it, man.
I try to avoid getting into arguments on social media, but I'll read them because they're fucking hilarious. And there was this girl that I know, she posted the Jonathan Pye feminism one, and people went fucking bananas on it, which was fucking hilarious. I quite liked it. If you don't like it, fine. That, you know, you can't just. I can't say to somebody, well, this is funny, because they might not find it funny. I find it funny if someone doesn't.
I love the way you're going to cover yourself at the end.
No, but you know what I mean?
I'm not having to take it, just like, because, you know, we're so paranoid now as well.
Yeah.
Everyone goes, oh, fuck it, just in case I've offended one person, that, you know, that person will put it on Facebook, and then next thing, go on.
Yeah.
I totally saw that as well. It went fucking mental. It was going for weeks, wasn't it?
It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But, like, if someone doesn't like something, like, I can't say to you, Mrs. Brown's Boys is shit, because it's extremely successful and people really like it. I can't stand it, but I can't say that's not funny, because people are finding it funny. So I can't say, so if someone didn't like that Jonathan Pye sketch, I can't say they're wrong, because they just didn't like it. It wasn't to their taste. So obviously what was fucking brilliant about it was people arguing about it, going back and forth. No one would ever speak to each other how in real life. There was one guy who was being really aggressive because he was ultra progressive. But in one of his ultra progressiveness, he was like having an argument with a woman in her 60s. Like going, oh yeah, let's just discount facts, shall we? Wish we could all do that. I was thinking, have some fucking respect. Like, you've been an ultra progressive lefty, but yet you're abusing a 60-year-old woman because she disagrees with your viewpoint. And what I like it as well, there's another guy on there, he was going, I quite like it, but, you know, this is a brilliant thing. If you have to tell people the qualities you have, it's because you don't actually possess them. So this guy was going, I'm actually really open-minded. I'm open to debate. And it's like, well, why are you telling me that? Why don't you just act that way, and then I'll be aware of it? So he got so annoyed. This guy, it's really made me laugh. He got so annoyed that people were being as open-minded as him that he then put his own post on Facebook going, I can't discuss things on Facebook anymore. It's too much. And I just thought, you are a cunt. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. It was brilliant for a week.
Passive-aggressive fucker. Just shutting down the argument. Just like,
shut down.
Oh yeah, well, said my piece now. That's it, man.
Did it on his own page, going, I just can't do it anymore. It's like, well, why are you telling people you can't debate people with Facebook anymore on Facebook? Just keep it to yourself. Just don't do it. Just don't do the thing.
I've said before, it makes me feel. I've tried to do that kind of like, you know, bare all shit that people find that they can easily do, and I can't do it. It makes me feel horrible inside. I feel that I did it once. Not that it wasn't bare and all. It's like a little post just see what everyone else is doing this. Let me just try. Oh no, this is disgusting. I don't want this. This is not how I want to feel. It wasn't even felt vulnerable. I just felt fucking like it's a victim. That's what I felt like.
I hate that. Yeah.
And so, but I think that sometimes, like we said before, going to a gig and you're in that microcosm of your own reality. You're always saying, if that's all you are in your head, you're always saying yes to yourself, going, yeah, this is right. And then someone you put that on Facebook, and it might be totally wrong, but even just because people know you, they'll like it, and that reaffirms the wrong thought that you had, and it's dangerous. I think it's dangerous, and like, And I think that and then that can snowball, and it becomes sometimes a movement. Not all of them are moving in the wrong direction, but a movement that meant well, but doesn't protect the vulnerable. If you know what I'm saying.
I agree with you. Yeah, I think they're coming from a good place, but it's not
like Facebook isn't going to protect you in any of those disturbing or horrendous situations that we've just had in the last few months, you know. It's like, Facebook's, I've got a like, look how many loves I've got. Yeah, well, that's not going to fucking stop you getting hurt, you know what I mean? You just got to remember focus, you know.
Yeah.
It just like if anyone, man or woman, that's it. It's so fucking. It's terrifying, but like so. But to write comedy about this, it's not going to work very well.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's maybe one line, but you can't do a whole show on it, right?
Yeah.
Again, with the wrong demographic, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, so, you know, like 4 shows. What's the name of your shows?
Peace, Love and Not Understanding.
Right.
Was the first one. That was in I did it first at the Camden Fringe in 2014, and then I did it in Brighton at 2015, and I did it in Edinburgh 2015. And that was, again, thinly based on... It was after I'd broken up with the chick I'd been with for 6 years. And it was about the ups and downs of relationships I'd had in the 3 years after that, and how they'd all sort of messed up.
Yeah.
And then my second show was called Commit No Nuisance. Again, just about me being daft and fucking things up. And a lot of them kind of revisited one particular relationship I had, and aspects of that I really kind of fucked. Well, looking back, I realised that I fucked up, but it was I was madly in love with this guy, but completely took him for granted, which isn't particularly nice, but you know, is what it is. Yeah, and then the third show was called Taking Care of Business, and again, it's about an idea of trying to change and be different and highlighting the mistakes that I've made. Whereas this one I'm trying to take a different tack on this of me pretending as though I'm completely correct with everything I do, and if people just were aware of it, everything would work better. Which again is, you know, is so ridiculous. But I'm trying to not be. I was all more poor me. I'm trying to highlight because that's the thing as well. Like I don't think people are aware what they're watching when they're watching stand up. Like it's not me on there. Like the things I say on stage aren't necessarily the things I think. I think they're funny to say. Do you know what I mean? It's not my actual angle on it, and so
false heightening sort of thing.
Yeah,
just to make it. Like, we're all exaggerating, aren't we? Like we know.
Yeah.
To for comedic effect, of course.
Yeah, you know, like in my first show, in Peace, Love and Not Understanding, I wanted to touch on religion. But I didn't want to do that kind of hack thing because I'm an atheist, but I didn't want to do that kind of hack thing of just saying like, you know, how, you know, people who believe in God, how ridiculous are they? Because it's, you know, it's dull that people have done it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do it from the point of someone who was trying to find God and had found him. Because in the show I was talking about these breakups, and I said, so I discovered God, and that kind of helped me get through things. But my arguments for believing in God was so ridiculous. And then the final thing I did at the end of the show was that I did a prayer to God that wrapped up and encapsulated everything that happened in the past hour in a poem.
Nice.
And I had it reviewed, and this guy from Mumble Comedy did not understand it at all and thought I was a religious nutcase.
Right.
Yeah, he was talking about how Luke Stephen kind of, you know, pretends he's an agnostic, but he's clearly a defender of the faith. Because that was it. It was mental. Because I took the piss out of... But this is the thing. Like, I took the piss out of Christianity. I took the piss out of, you know, Islam. I took the piss out of Buddhism. I took the piss out of atheists. You know, the whole thing. Because at the very top of it, I took the piss out of Richard Dawkins.
Yeah.
I like Richard Dawkins. I really enjoyed The God Delusion. I enjoyed The Greatest Show on Earth. This is the thing that people fall into as well. You know, just because you like someone doesn't mean you have to agree with every single thing that they say. Do you know what I mean? I think people go, oh no, but I like this person, so I have to, everything he says is correct. Yeah. It's not. No, I like Richard Dawkins, but you can't be right on everything. And he had, years ago, he tweeted this thing out, and he said, X is bad and Y is worse. If you think that's an endorsement of either, go away till you learn to think logically. I was like, okay, fair enough. And then his next tweet was, sorry, this is so bad. He then said, rape by a friend is bad, rape by a stranger is worse. If you think that's an endorsement of either, go away till you learn to think logically. So, and I talked about this in my show, and I said, and quite rightly, everyone had a go at him with mad women to it, going, what on earth are you doing?
Yeah, you're right.
And he went, okay, so I said he must be getting a load of shit on his phone. He went, okay, I'm sorry, I've realised my mistake.
Yeah.
It was what I should have said was, mild rape is bad and violent rape is worse, right? And it's like, no, stop using rape as your example, Richard. That's the mistake you're making. So I did that. So I took the piss out of Richard Dawkins for trivialising rape.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
This guy's review 4 years ago this was, and it's still remember word for word. That's how much it fucking annoyed me.
of course.
This guy's review was, when your opening gambit is to criticise one of the greatest minds of the 21st century, you're in a grey area of comedy for me.
Wow.
And he was like ridiculing Richard Dawkins, and he said, "What's next?" Making jokes about kicking Stephen Hawkins out of his chair, and I was like, "That's a fucking leap."
Yeah.
Richard Dawkins trivialises rape, so now I want to beat up disabled people. Like,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
the fuck
Wow.
have you connected those two?
Right.
It was insane.
Just because it rhymes, isn't it? That's all.
Yeah.
Richard Dawkins, Stephen Hawkins.
Yeah. You know, that's all it was.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't. Well, I didn't say like the Blind Watchmaker was shit.
Yeah,
you know what
right.
I mean? Or the Selfish Gene. I was
Yeah.
talking about a tweet, which was ridiculous.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, just again, he'd just been listening to his own. Yeah, this sounds great. This is great. Didn't ask anyone. Just was like went straight.
Do
With
you know what I mean? He heard me. Yeah, he thought I was religious, which is again is a real problem. I think with people who are atheists. I mean, I'm an atheist myself, but someone believes in God. I'm like, okay, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, right.
But to be, he must. I'm assuming he was a young lad who reviewed it. But it's that kind of problem with an atheist. Is they actually go, well, I'm an atheist, so therefore anyone who believes something different must be a moron, and I'm not interested in anything I have to say. And him being an atheist and his assumption that I believe in God, he just thought, right, this guy's wrong on everything. And he wasn't to a point where he's not even paying attention to what's being said.
He sort of made his mind up before it even
finished
the show. That's it.
Yeah.
So,
didn't want to be there.
Nah, that's it. Well, it wasn't even you. You know, sometimes you read a few goes, that's not even me. That's them. But sometimes it's funny, you just go, oh, well, they weren't even in the room, you know.
Yeah, it was so insane. And I had such a good show. You know when you've got a good show as well, the review's going to come out great time.
Nice.
Fucking slap it off.
Fuckers, man. So that was the God Delusion.
It was called the Peace, Love and Not Understanding.
Sorry, I'm like fucking
God Delusion has got it.
God,
Dawkins wrote.
Yes, totally. Oh man, one of those. So that was the last show you did.
That was the first show. Peace, Love
and Understanding.
Commit No Nuisance was the second.
Nuisance, and then
Taking Care of Business.
And then
this one is called Look at Me When I'm Talking to You.
Look at Me When I'm Talking to You. Right.
Because I hate titles of shows that are a pun.
Yeah, totally.
Because I saw a guy did a show called Stage Against the Machine, and I saw another one had a show called Page Against the Machine. I was like, guys, use your brains, use your imagination. Like, fucking hell, it's not. My thing with titles, I always liked what Quentin Tarantino did with the titles of his movies. Like, they just sound cool, like Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, True Romance. They're these cool little things. They're not just like a sentence taken from a line in the movie and that sort of stuff.
Or like a TV show that's just in the now or whatever.
Yeah. But just like oh, you done a pun on my name. So that's not like. It's just I find that such a sheer lack of imagination. So I like to have a title that's quite inventive. I don't know how inventive those titles are, but.
No, my show this year is called By the Power of Grayskull.
Nice.
Because I just want to have fun with it this year, you know? I think that's it. And that's the whole theme. I just want to make it the best, fucking funniest, like 45 minutes that I'm going to...
And that's the idea of stand-up. And I think people are losing that they're trying to make serious points, and it's like
it's not a place for it, right? It's just what you want to like to go. Oh, fucking, we spent a good fucking best part of an hour enjoying that moment.
Yeah,
and it could have been the same because it'll be different every night, sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
because rather than it being a fucking that narrative. Okay, narrative works in different areas. If you've got a good point to make, we leave room for fucking play, and something new is going to happen, and that's it. And make it. My favourite show last year was when on the last day, I was playing the tent, the marquee in the fucking Three Sisters, right? That duked it out there for the whole run, man. I was like 2:45. The poor fella who was after me was this clown guy, and he didn't talk at all. And he was like halfway through his run. Every day I saw him getting sadder and sadder and sadder.
That's genuinely sad.
I know, it was very. And there was me. I was having a great time. I was like, "Fuck, I'm making money. This is fucking great." And there's me counting my fucking money, and I felt so sorry for the guy. He was such a lovely fella as well. But he was like, "Oh man, this is like it was so not his room." Because you could turn it up or turn different levers up for that situation.
That's hard, though, isn't it?
It was fucking hard work. But
2:45 PM you were.
That's right. 5 bad shows out of the whole run, and I was like, because it was just sound bleed, vomit and smell of puke, just boiling hot one day, and it was just like, oh, for fuck's sake. And then the other one had a reviewer in another day, which was just like, oh, for fuck's sake. And it was, like you're like in your first 20 minutes, you're tanking, you can see the reviewer, he's fucking having a good time. You're like, fucking, here we go. They just had their fucking 2-week delivery of the beer, And like, so after 20 minutes, like, Kong, 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 I was like, getting gonged off every fucking 5 seconds. I was like, come on! And he left, and I was like, oh no! But look, you know what? I got a 3-star review of him staying there for 20 minutes, so look, I'll
Red
take
luck
it.
before then, didn't it?
Yes, right, of course it did. Of course it did. Yeah, it's great. It's on my poster now. But yeah, fuck it, man. You know that's it. You gotta play the room you got sometimes. But you know that's but you know that's the thing that I want to make. After seeing, like, you know, being out there a couple of years now, I'm starting to see, like, just fuck it, man. You got to do it for you, innit, as well, rather than that fucking, like, that kind of that archetype of that imaginary fringe show that everyone's reaching for that doesn't really exist. It's sort of like in the ether, going, oh, this is the sort of fringe show that you need to do. Why? Who says that? No one says that. It's a thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all bollock. Yeah, that's it. It's just like, fucking make it the funniest fucking thing you can do and the funnest fucking thing, man, and blitz them. You know?
Yeah, and it's also that thing as well. It's like no one cares about your show. Because I was a few years ago, I was caught up in that whole fiasco where Freestival thought they had Cowgate heads, and then PBH was like, no, I've got it. So then I was one of the Freestival acts who thought they had Cowgate head, and we found out the weekend I was going to be doing the Brighton Fringe, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. I was like, right, I'll deal with this when I've done Brighton. So then there was a little Facebook group they all started together, and I thought I'll join this group because it would be quite helpful. What a load of fucking bitchy arseholes. Just nag. Oh, I can't believe this happened. This is unfair. I put so much work into my show. I thought, none of this is helping. And we were all given the opportunity to apply with PBH to see if we could get the room. So I applied with PBH, got the room, got the time, everything was fine. It wasn't a fucking issue. But the people were going on there going, there's no way I'm going to apply to that comedy monster. Fuck this. And it's like, well, what are you talking about? You're not being principled. Why are you doing the show? You want people to watch it and want people to see it. Yeah. If you go with this guy, those things will happen. So what are you after? And it's just people take themselves so seriously, and it's like there's 2,000 shows there. No one gives a fuck if you're not there or not. So if you don't put yourself there, you're missing out on it. Yeah. It doesn't matter who's putting it on. It's fucking ludicrous. People will like, but again, people like in their comments. It's that self-validation thing. Yeah. Look how many comments they got. That's it. It's, of course, my fans are going to miss me. No, there's other comics who can do their shows. They don't care. Yeah. That's it. Get some real fucking fans, and that's it. It's like, you know, when you get people who add you on Facebook. And you're going to go, I don't know you, haven't met you yet. You know, fine if I've met you, but why are you adding me on Facebook? You know, but it's fine, but it's like, it just seems so weird. It's like, you're never going to talk to me on Facebook or because I don't really fucking post that much on Facebook anyway. I can't do that thing. I can't get involved in that. I'm like, if I think of something funny, great, but I'll try it out, but otherwise I'm not going to put anything on. I'll post something silly or... Yeah, you know, try something out, throw a line out there. I think, okay, try it. But I won't be like fucking... Theresa May Windrush. Fuck that shit, man. No one needs to know what I think on that. Yeah, no one's interested. Like, you know, it's terrible. But I'm not changing the world with a Facebook status. Yeah, or a comedy. That's it. You're not. And like, I put that up there. I said, like, the other day, I said, you know, look, my opinion in real life doesn't matter. So what the fuck is it going to matter on Facebook? You know what I mean? you know? That's really good. Yeah? Yeah, my opinion in real life doesn't matter, so why would it matter on Facebook? I could tell my fucking wife, no shit, she doesn't care. I'm like, fuck, I'm not going to put that on Facebook, you know, whatever it is. But it's that kind of thing. It's like, do you know what? A lot of people fucking defended Facebook as well, went, oh no, but you have a much bigger reach on Facebook than you do. A much bigger reach, so what? It doesn't mean anything. People are so brainwashed that it doesn't mean something. It doesn't. Yeah, and I think it's stopped. I think it's kind of stopped protests as well, because now that you can do a change.org petition, everyone goes, right, I've done my click, I've done my bit. It's like you've done nothing. The amount of those I've seen, I think these don't change anything. People know that though, right? Yeah. They know that no laws been brought in from a change.org petition. Like, that's not. But so many people do it. They go, oh yeah. Change this is out of order. Yeah, I'll click that button. Done. We need the voting system to be changed. Okay, I'll click that. Grenfell's terrible. Yep, absolutely. I'll click that button. It's like, no, you need to go out there. Yeah. You need to get outside the house, make a fucking board, and fucking don't get me wrong. I don't go out there. I don't do anything, but I'm not clicking buttons thinking I've made a difference. Yeah, that's it. Do you know what I mean? That's it. I'm not like deluding yourself, you know. Yeah. It's again, look at me when I'm talking to you. They just did what I thought they should do. It would be better. Don't do what I do. Do as I fucking say. Yeah. That's it. did what I said, it would work out all right.
It's that crowbarring that line. The title of your show is every conversation now, right? Yeah, this is it. Just name my show, guys. This is the name of my show. When did you start? What was the first gig you did?
The first gig I did was a Laughing Horse gig at Blue Post in Soho. I think it's called the Blue Post in Soho. I'm not sure if it's still
upstairs.
There. Yeah, that's the one. It was back in 2007, I think. I wanted to do stand-up. Because I used to write plays. When I was a kid. I wanted to be like an actor, which is like a really wanky thing to say. Because I don't respect acting at all.
Anymore. No, you've been out for 11 fucking years. And
I did when I was a child. I didn't know any better. When I was a teenager, I thought acting was cool. Yeah. And I think it has no value whatsoever. I don't respect actors. I don't think it's an art form. I think it's rubbish. Don't get me wrong. You can see a great piece of action. My friend Alex did a Beatles on Norfolk Broads, the Bowie story that did Edinburgh last year, and he plays every character in it, and it's exhausting what he does. And I think, fucking hell, that's quite impressive. But if you're in an advert and you're calling yourself an actor, I don't really think that's a thing. Do you know what I mean?
No, totally. Yeah, it's form over content, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
It's like, you look like this guy that we should do this thing.
Or even like movie actors. I mean, obviously you get people better. Obviously, there's levels to everything, so you get people who are better at it than others. I mean, I could be completely wrong on this. Well, I'm not. It's just what I think. So obviously there's levels to everything, but I just kind of think I don't care if you can pretend to be something better than anybody else. Like I just don't think that's a skill. Yeah. Or if it is a skill, I don't think it's an impressive one. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Look at Colin
Farrell. People are really good at sewing.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But I think with stand-up, you have to create something interesting enough for people. Basically, you think strangers should listen to you for an hour and be entertained by it, and then give you money for it. And to get away with doing that, there has to be some kind of talent in that. But to just act and say words that someone else has given to you and told, and then you act them in a way they're telling you to do them. I don't know where your skill is. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Like Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
We've all seen Miami Vice. The worst film. Yeah. The worst. And you've all seen Phone Booth. Not bad, but he didn't really do much.
No.
It was all editing. It's like just standing there looking good and just, again, and then Miami Vice, that's it. So, yeah.
Yeah, so that was it. So when I was a kid, I wanted to act, but I didn't know how to get into acting. So I thought, if I write something, I can be in that. So I had a silly idea for a play when I was like 18. So, I've had one idea when I was 18. It was about trying to get laid. And that's pretty much been the theme of my career. All that till 34.
Yeah. starring every scene.
Just me thinking about banging chicks. That's pretty much every sort of idea comes from that. Yeah. So I had this idea of feeling like a born again virgin, like not going out with sex for such a long time, and then I like the idea of saying you had 3 friends that you still kind of fancied you, but they came onto you at the same time, and you still wouldn't be able to do anything about it because of the sheer embarrassment it created by everyone. Right. I thought that was quite a funny idea, so I wrote that when I was 18, and then I did a few more plays, and they seem to be okay quite locally. But then the older you get, obviously when you're like 21, 22, people start getting proper jobs, they want to move out of their parents' houses, and you can't get people to commit their time to you for nothing anymore. Yeah. So I thought, well, I'll do stand-up then. Because I always had an interest in stand-up, I never thought I'd do it. But then I thought, what am I going to do? I thought, I'm not going to not perform. And I used to write the stuff anyway, so I knew I could make people laugh. And I've always been quite a funny kid anyway. I was always aware that I could sort of get people's attention. I've always realised I could tell a story, so I kind of felt that was my skill. Yeah. So I thought I'd do that. I would try stand up. So I went to a few open micers around London. I remember going to the Comedy Café when it was huge, downstairs at Remastered Street, downstairs at the King's Head back in the day. Yeah, so I went to a few open micers. I went to a few little Laughing Horses just to check out what the environment's like and see what the vibe was like. And I remember I went to a Laughing Horse gig. It wasn't at the Blue Post; it was somewhere else. And I spoke to the guy afterwards. I can't remember his name now. Short fellow with glasses. And I was like, I'm really interested in getting into stand-up. I said, how can I get on here? And he goes, well, I run the night at the Blue Post. He goes, if you turn up next week, I'll give you 5 minutes. So, and I didn't have anything. So I went, okay, yeah. Because I thought, what am I going to do? Just keep saying no. I thought this is an opportunity here, so I'll have to write it. I wrote down what I thought was 5 minutes of shit, and then I did it aloud to myself, and it was 90 seconds. And I was like, fuck, 5 minutes. How the fuck am I going to do for 5 minutes? Yeah. So I kind of did it. I did a thing about the ex. I did some awful stuff. Like awful. It's mad to think but the gig went okay because I did it again.
Yeah.
But it's terrible to think I did this stuff now. I did stuff about homosexuals fisting each other.
Right.
Ridiculous. Not like how it's like I just did like the premise of it was like how do you ever get to that point?
Yeah. The beginning.
It's actually quite funny.
I love it. I can make that work now.
Yeah, actually. Because the idea is like you're sort of making out with each other, your little fun orders, but how do you suddenly make that drastic progression to a fist and an arsehole?
Yeah.
You know, I'm 23.
I know you said. Yeah, it's the beginning, right?
Yeah, it's the beginning. It's the very first gig. So I did that, and that went okay. And then I did a stuff about the X Factor, and some kid coming back and having cancer. Awful bit of material. And then I did something on... And then I told a true story that happened to me of being bothered by a chugger. The charity workers, that's what
right,
what
okay. Is that right?
I don't know. I remember when I said it, you kind of looked at me going,
Sugar. Sugar. It's like...
Charity worker.
Okay.
Chugger, mugger. Is that...
Oh,
I think it's charity mugger. I think... I may have got that completely wrong, but I think that's
right. A term. That's a good term.
Yeah.
If not, it should be.
Yeah. yeah. It happened to me years ago. It was I was in the high street with my mate. I was going to a bar. Some woman sort of called me. She was collecting finance pieces, and she was like, can I get you for a second to know what do you want? And she was like, did you know that Britain is number one in Europe for child abuse? So I went to her, and there's me thinking we never win at anything.
That's good.
I know. So I told that story in my set about how I hate being bothered because I did a premise about how I don't like being out of my house. If I've left my house, I've left it for a reason. I need to get food, or I'm going to a place. I don't want to be interrupted. And I said about how the high street is now just full of people constantly wanting my attention. I have to do left and right turns to avoid it. And then I told the story of a woman saying that, and that was I think that was my closing bit.
Yeah.
It must have been more in there because it was 5 minutes. Bizarrely, it went okay. Yeah, and then some people came up to me and said they enjoyed it, and then I did that, and then I just thought, stand-up's easy. So I did about 3 more gigs, and I was like, oh, this is great. And people were asking me, how's it going? I was like, yeah, it's fine. I said, it's not really hard. And they said, wait till you get that bad one. I was like, go fuck yourself.
Yes,
nothing happened.
I've got this nailed.
Yes, I've got it done. I've got this down to a T. Yeah, I've been doing stand-up for 4 weeks now. Yeah. I think I know. I think I know what I'm doing. Yeah. Like so morning, and then my fifth ever gig was at a place called I can't believe I remember all this. It was a place called the Rhythm Factory in Whitechapel. I'm not sure if it's still there, but it was a open micer for musicians, poets, and stand-ups.
Oh, classic.
Yeah. So yeah. So 100%. So I've gone in there thinking, well, I've got my killer 5 minutes that I've done 4 times now, and it's gone really well, so I know exactly what I'm doing. Yeah. Did that to a room of 10 poets and musicians to total silence, and it was like, why isn't this working? It was like, it was so freaky.
Totally.
And it was insane. Yeah, that feeling was like, but you still go through that now. Like it's you try and because you try and explain to people now that they say, do you get bad sets still? And it's like, well, yeah, no one's immune to it. Like you spend a year writing an hour, and then you get rid of it, and then you go, right, I've got to write another one, and then you go, I have to go through this being shit bit again, because you have to be shit again for like 4 months, because not every idea you have is great, and like some ideas that you try and they just don't work. It's like, I thought this idea was brilliant. people still just don't go with it whatsoever.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Like sometimes you can revamp it, change it a little bit, or change the structure of a sentence, or put it in a different place, and that makes the joke work. Like I've got a bit at the moment I'm doing on suffrage. Yeah, which I don't want to sort of burn, but it's because the whole suffrage thing was fucking annoying me this year. It was just funny and infuriating about how we were celebrating 100 years since women had the vote, and I was like, yes, not like I didn't understand why it was such a big thing. Like you had to be 30 and married to a geezer at a house, and if you were, then you could vote. And I thought that's not something to celebrate. This is crazy, and it was also the first time that 40% of men got the vote, so I'm doing this bit about how it's actually 100 years since men have had the vote. People really don't like it at all. But it's not my fault if you don't know your fucking history.
40%, yeah. So yeah, that's true. No, that's true. But it's not into to support the patriarchal paradigm, right? or even mediate between the two. Yeah, you can't do that. You're still a target.
Yeah, but the idea that you can't make fun of this thing is bonkers to me. Like you can make fun of everything, but the idea you kind of make fun of your misunderstanding of history, why not? Like if I had a premise and it was totally wrong and someone poked fun at me for it, you'd have to laugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
But to go, no, because this is a real serious thing and this is the patriarchy. No,
you're brainwashed.
Yeah, you don't.
It's absolute complete control of everyone's thoughts. So you're not allowed to.
But even this, it's like we're just two white men. How dare we?
Yeah, debate anything. Let's let's not talk about anything. Let's just go. Yeah, comedy's going good. Yeah. How's your comedy? Yeah, it's good in 10, 11 years. But like in the time you're doing comedy now, right? This is the thing. I'm going coming up to 7 years now.
Yeah.
We are not ever immune of a death, ever.
No,
right?
no.
But there are things you can do to control the death.
Yes.
To make it just bearable for them. And to go, okay, fine, and to just release the pressure. Now, there's a thing, you've gone 11 years, right?
Yeah.
So, like, you're, like, comedy callous on the heart is probably just like a fucking steel, like, titanium, adamantium thing you kind of got covering your heart at this stage. You go, fuck it, wasn't my night. But that's okay. But do you do the things that can, like, because there are things you can do to make it okay, or do you just go, no, fuck them, I know this is good, I'm gonna let this die in its fucking arse, and I'm gonna go to the next thing, and they might laugh at it, I'm not gonna jazz it up at all. Do you know what I mean?
I struggled last night. I struggled last night. I did write funny comedy last night. I opened. And I always seem to struggle at the moment. It's a great gig. I love Les who puts it on. He's a great guy, and every act was super strong on it afterwards. But maybe I was super tired. I don't even know I'd run about.
Oh, you ran around? Oh, yeah,
I don't think I've mentioned it.
No,
it's 26.2 miles.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking.
So maybe I was a bit super tired, but I always kind of struggle in that room.
That's in your head though. Maybe no.
Maybe.
Do you think sometimes as well that some gigs when you don't, if you do, how many times have you done that one?
3 or 4.
It's one. It's one of those gigs you go, okay, and then you do the averages. And you go, okay, maybe there's certain times when you go, this can be sometimes a very clicky night. Some come back repeatedly and like they know it. And if you don't know if you're not in that fucking group, I don't know if you're not. I don't know if you are. I don't know if there's a group, but some gigs you go to.
It's a nice gig. It is a nice. It's a really nice setup. It's ran really well. Like nothing against them, not whatsoever.
Yeah. I'm not saying it is, but some nights you go, guys. I mean, you feel that like some sort of even before you do your first joke, go, oh, you know what? I've done that before, and I know it's a good joke, and they're not giving me anything. So like now I kind of go, guys, I know this is my first time here, but we're going to know each other really well by the end of my set. So just stay with me. I'm real.
I'll do that sometimes. I'll say, look, just don't pull back.
That's it.
We'll walk through this together.
I've got, because I can feel it. You can just feel that clicky sometimes. There's a clicky, not about that gig, but I've never done it, say, but there's sometimes that thing can happen. Okay, right. So now you're good at telling a story. Now I want to know your best story that you like. What is your best story that you crack out at the moment? Like, I mean, not that I'm saying this podcast is going badly, but I mean, this is going great. I'm having a great time. But
I'm enjoying it.
I know, but no, really, that sounds like sarcastic.
Is this not good then?
Is this like being facetious? No, I'm not. I've just got one of those faces, Luke. I swear.
Right, okay.
No, it's like I really do. But like, no, I'm really enjoying it. What is the? But that's 10 seconds. What's your best story? No, but like when like say when you're in a character or something, like not necessarily but you're comfortable, so like a dinner party or something like that, or you have dinner parties, whatever it is. But your friends are like, oh fucking hell, this is fucking not going well at all. I need to do something here to break the ice. And you crack open a story because that story is the
place.
Yeah,
oh, man, I don't really do that.
Do you not do that?
No.
No. What would you do then? What would you do?
I'd let the night die and just find that amusing.
Oh no, not a gig, but like in a social situation.
No, in a social situation.
Oh really?
I'd like to watch that fail and find that funny, and then make fun of that. Afterwards, no, I don't want to rescue a social situation. That's not my business at all. No, I've got no interest in doing that. If the social situation's going really badly, I'll see if I can make that go ever so slightly worse, purely for my own amusement.
Oh, really? Fair play.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a much more fun thing to do. I like being silly, so I don't want to try and. Yeah, if I think something's going badly in a social place, I'm like, this is quite amusing to
you're just there in a notebook going,
this
is fucking
just watch it unravel.
And
then just go, that'd be funny if that happened, then maybe I'd get some kind of material out of it.
You're the watcher on the corner then, just like taking notes. Fucking the stenographer going, this is great.
Yeah.
And okay, so that didn't work.
Sorry, completely. want to lie to you, winner. I want to tell you the truth.
I like the truth. But look at me when I'm talking to you, okay? Was it... so okay, in that case, right, now, this is probably not going to work either, but let me go anyway.
Do it.
We all model ourselves on... Well, I mean, okay, right, and now I'm speaking for myself again, right? Maybe other people don't do this. Maybe it's voices in my head. But I model myself on, say... when I do comedy, I model myself on, say, it's not what I do, a plumber, but that's not what I am. You know, like for comedy, you kind of go up there, but it's usually like it could be real or imaginary, but like a kind of like the kind of you know the character that comes from the mountains to bring his jokes that he has crafted, you know, that spent many years. But what do you see yourself as like some sort of archetype like that? You know,
I always wanted to come across as though people were just watching their friend talking to them. Okay. That's always something like I had in my mind. I always wanted them to forget they were at a show and they were just listening to their friend tell them stuff. Because I quite enjoy a heckle. I don't mind it. I used to hate it when I first started out, but then because I don't really learn my material that well either. Like I have a vague idea of what I'm doing. Like I know my club set that I'm doing at the moment, my 10 and my 20. But other than that, if I'm trying new stuff out, I'll be quite undecided what stories I'm going to go and where they're going to go. So I quite enjoy if I hear a noise or someone say something. I quite like bringing them in. And that was a skill that I learned from Edinburgh, really. Because that's the thing as well. That's why doing Edinburgh is so beneficial. Because you do so much stand-up. Like you're doing your show an hour every day for a month, and you're also doing other people's getting on little compilation shows as well. And you get more there in that month than you perhaps you do throughout the whole year. And you just learn little things about yourself. Before I did my first Edinburgh show, someone was talking to each other in the audience. I'd go, "Why are you talking to each other?" I'd be annoyed at that, but which is ridiculous because you don't know what they're saying to each other. They know what they won't. To just jump to the negative, going, "They're just going, well, this is shit." They could be saying to each other, "Oh, what did he say? I missed that," and then they're explaining the joke what you just said. So, and that happened to me a couple of times in Edinburgh. I was like, "Oh, fucking, I'm being an arsehole." And I remember once when I did the Camden Fringe on the third night, there was a couple talking in the front row right at the very start. And I was like, why are you guys talking to each other? But I tried to do it in a nice way. And she went, "Oh, my boyfriend's Italian. I'm translating." Yeah. So that was... So I thought, oh, okay. And then there was one point when I was miming a blowjob about 50 minutes into the show. And then she translated that to her boyfriend. So it was getting a nice laugh my bit. And then I saw her mime it to her fella. And I just... When I went, that just got translated. And it just got a real nice laugh. And I thought, that only happened because I didn't attack them at the start. And I brought them out of it to bring a little conversational piece. So yeah, I've always wanted to just come across as though you're watching your friend tell you a story. So I don't mind if people want to sort of chime in with little bits and pieces. Like I almost don't mind it if people sort of like it's annoying people take what I'm saying seriously because obviously it's a joke. Like when I did my last show, I did a bit about how like I love women but I hate their mates, which is obviously like silly. And 9 times out of 10 you can go to a girl and go, "Look, have you got a friend that you don't like?" 9 times out of 10 they'll go yes. And this one particular night I did it, and this woman went, "No, why would I have a friend I don't like?" So okay, fine. So I went, "Guys," I said, "isn't that true of women?" A couple of guys went, "Yes." And then this chick at the back, she went, "Oh my God, how can a man possibly answer that?" And I was like, "Well, what do you mean?" She goes, "How would he know that?" And I said, "A woman might have told him." And I said, "Also," I was like, "Where do you think you are? Look at this room. We're in a fucking old... It used to be a military tattoo shop. There's 40 of us sitting in this room at 12:30, like 12 at night. I said, the last 5 minutes I was talking about doing a shit in the bushes while a gay man came on to me. I was like, be aware of the context. Be aware of the context of this room. Like, this is not a fucking TED Talk. I said, if you're here to learn anything from the show, you are in the wrong room. Yeah. Because that's not what's going to happen here.
That's it.
So I enjoyed that because it got a laugh, that kind of stuff. Yeah. I like someone sort of, sort of chirping away a little bit because it's someone being silly.
But you're okay, for me, that respect and that answer to that question, for me, I feel like I don't know, sometimes you feel like a samurai, that kind of like, just you only have it ready, you only don't need to ever have to draw the sword. This king for sexual assault. You don't have to take it out, you know what I mean? Just the tip.
I didn't know you being sexual at all until you started saying it.
But you know what I'm saying, right? I'm not going to go any further with that analogy, but it's that kind of just you're just there ready because you're all poised and just ready to just go and flow with it and see where it goes and just move and adapt to every situation, that sort of thing. But the friend thing, yeah, totally, you're totally likable. I get that. But is there kind of the thing that because you like the confrontation, you like that because you just go, it tests your mettle. You're like, okay, here we go.
Not so much the confrontation.
I don't do fucking like Gracie or something. Whatever.
Yeah.
Am I too aggressive? Maybe aggressive?
A little bit aggressive. That's okay. I mean, not so much the confrontation, but because I don't know. I don't really see the heckle as a confrontation. Okay. I just think. I mean, I guess it is confrontational.
Humans.
Yeah. No, I guess it is confrontational if someone's trying to ruin your show. But I don't. I think a lot of the time I don't feel as though people are trying to ruin it when they heckle. I think they think they're getting involved in a nice way. It's a different thing if someone's just going, "You're shit, boo, go fuck yourself." Like that's someone trying to ruin it. But if someone thinks they're adding something to it, then I'll go with it. I'll go, okay, well, let's see what they want to say. It's not a strict. Yeah.
You'll use the peer group to destroy them. So you're like the friendly cult leader.
Well, I've had it happen a few times where audiences have argued with each other. And I've gone, guys, I was like, you can't. So that when that's happened, I've gone, guys, don't heckle each other. Yeah. Do that to me, and that's like, don't you guys are in it together. Don't turn on each other. No, Jesus Christ! But I quite like that happening in my gigs. I quite like the fact where because I think that's a good thing. I think if your audiences are it's quite an amazing thing to be really being a stand-up comic, and you get to a point where you can split your audience so much they're arguing with each other. Yeah, like it's quite it's something else. But then they all kind of enjoy it in its own way.
Sorry, guys, it's not about you. It's not me.
Because I've had that happen a couple of. There was a weird Edinburgh, the last one. It was. I was on really late. I was on at 11:15. Yeah. I was in a room no one really knew. It was a new venue. But it was hard, some of it, but I didn't have any bad shows. It was the first year I didn't have any bad shows. I had 2 that could have gone bad, but I was able to rescue them.
Right.
So that felt like a skill that was improving. I knew what to do in those scenarios.
Nice.
Yeah.
So your name of your show is Look at Me While I'm Talking to You.
Yes.
And it's at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Dr.
Livingston's. It's a new venue. It's a PBH one.
Brilliant.
8 p.m. It's on St Mary Street, so just off the Royal Mile, leading to Pleasance. Okay. So really nice and central. Yeah.
Well, Luke, Stephen, thank you for coming on the Comedy Café.
Thank you so much, man. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, brother.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
And that was Luke Stephen for episode 63. I hope you enjoyed that. Go find him on YouTube, go find him on Twitter, go find him everywhere on the internet. Actually, just go see him live. His show, again, is at Dr. Livingston's, 8 p.m, St Mary Street, Edinburgh, every day of the Edinburgh Fringe. Go check him out, very funny man. You can follow this podcast on Twitter at The Comedy Defect Podcast. You can follow me at Winter Phonander. You can also come see my live stand-up gig dates, which I'm gigging around the country, which will be on my website, which is winterphonander.com. And if you also like this podcast enough that you feel like you want to donate, you can go to Patreon, type in The Comedy Defect Podcast, or donate as little as £1 or as much as you feel this podcast is worth. Those who do donate, thank you, because you're paying for the people that can't. And those of you that can't donate, just get on your phone, leave us a nice, honest review, just let yourself go. Pretend it's like TripAdvisor, because really, just pretend like your opinion matters, because that's what it's all about, right? It's the feeling, okay? That's it from this episode of the Comedy Defect Podcast. That was episode 63 with Luke Stephen. Next month, at the end of August, we've got a very funny comedian, Susan Murray. She's written for loads of TV, loads of radio. She's a very funny person. I hope you enjoy that episode too. I enjoyed interviewing her, but sometimes interviews can go either way, but I will tell you about that in the next episode. But if you're in Edinburgh, my show is at 2:45 p.m. in the Wee Room in the Three Sisters, and that is on Cowgate for a few dates of the Fringe. Not all of the dates, but there is a poster around there. You will see it. It's called By the Power of Grayskull. Until then, whatever you do, enjoy the rest of July. And if you're in Edinburgh, I'll see you there. And if not, enjoy August.